competitive business, but you have done it again. And records aside, it looked like we're in for an incredible day of racing on Sunday. How do you sum it up compared with, say, the last couple of years?
I'm very, very excited. I think we probably have one of the most athletic fields. And there's some great experience here. There's some young, athletic guys in the front end of their career. So both on the men's and women's side, obviously rematch between Seda and Rita, which will be exciting. Great wheelchair team. I mean, that field this year is fantastic. I'm just very impressed with the support from the elite wheelchairs, wheelchair athletes, and our international athletes, and our American kids too. It's going to be a great day.
I mean, just focusing on the wheelchairs for a minute. I think I read the field is twice the size that it's been before. What is that?
Sure. Rehab Institute in Chicago, the Chicago Park District, Larry Liebiak, he's been a big proponent of bringing the best athletes and that support, so they've been very receptive. You know, we've got the University of Illinois, Tatiana, Amanda, one of the best training facilities in the country, in the world, really, if you think about all the great athletes that come out of there. So it's in our backyard down in Champaign. So we've always had a great tradition of the University of Illinois athletes that have competed and done very well here and gone on to do very well internationally. But I think that competition has drawn international focus. So it'll be our hometown team against the internationals.
I mean, speaking of the hometown team, I mean, I'm very envious being a European, but US distance running is on a real roll at the moment, and having Dathan and Matt here gives the USA a real profile in that men's race. What are your hopes?
You know, Dathan had great success last year, and you know, it was important to get us. He's a Midwest guy, just across the lake over in Michigan, so it's important for us to have him here. Matt ran at the University of Wisconsin, which is just up the road in what town is that in? I can't remember. Or Madison, I'm sorry. Okay. He's a Badger. There's a lot of Badgers in Chicago, so there's a lot of interest to see him in his debut. So, yeah, it's great representation.
Now, the world record moved on another 15 seconds a couple of weeks back. You had world records here. It's still as fast a course as ever. Conditions looking great for Sunday. Are you, in the back of your mind, are you still thinking world record, or are you more concerned with just the quality of the racing?
I'm a little hard-headed. I mean, you know, I've always felt competition is important. I think when you have guys racing against each other, that's equally as important as a fast time. I've always felt that a world record could come from competition, and our world records have come from competition. So I haven't crossed over to the other side where we just set it off and the specifics of a world record. I've always thought that you have a balanced race of athletes that complement themselves with their athleticism and their chemistry, and let's just let them go.
The technical meeting's yet to come, but I mean, for example, I was speaking to one of the elite men yesterday, and he said he's looking for 61.45, which is knocking on the door of world record. Have you got any thoughts on pacemaking?
Well, it's a democratic process, so we'll talk with the athletes and the managers and the coaches and find some common ground there. And we've got a nice group of athletes that are fit that I think they can handle. If it was that quick, they can handle it with no problem. But they'll run some nice even pace and get it square. And hopefully we'll be able to run the second half and get a great performance.
And what about that ladies' race? I mean, you know, you had a 2:17 here. It's a real quick course, we know that. And last year, a race to the tape, a 1 second margin at line 2:22.
Sure. It's just the tradition here in Chicago. I mean, it's always been great racing. Bank of America's been amazing with their support. Elite athletes, international competition has always been the tradition of Chicago. We've been able to continue with that tradition. I think the fields have even gotten better and deeper. This is the first time that I've done this that we have all of our primary athletes have made it. We haven't lost any to injury. So I think in the past couple of years we maybe one or two thin on the front end, but it's rounded out really now. When I felt and looked at the field, they're all here. So that's exciting.
It's exciting, but it's expensive. You build in a dropout percentage, don't you, in your budgets, and all those bonuses you're going to pay out?
Well, I only forecast to the upside, so I don't look at the downside. So.
Okay, Carey, thank you. It's going to be an exciting day.
Okay, thanks very much.